Hey, how you doing? I hope you like phones because that's all we're gonna be talking about today. Nortel. Recognize this defunct company? Previously known as Northern Telecom, they were a big giant in the industry. They made analog phones, business phones, PBXs, and other telephone systems. You may recognize some of these phones, such as business phones that are a part of the Northstar system found in many businesses, schools, and other establishments. Even with IP-based telephony being more and more common these days, old-school Nortel systems are still widely being used. The Nortel phone I'm going to discuss in this video is the Millennium, a very popular payphone in Montreal and possibly the rest of Canada and the United States. First introduced during the 90s, the Millennium had plenty of payphone features almost unheard of at the time in North America. A VFD display, voice instructions through the handset, all powered by a Zlog Z180 CPU. That's right, in a sense, this phone has a full 8-bit computer in it. This computerized phone meant increased security. Phone phreaking methods such as the red box method, which allowed the hacker to make free calls, may no longer work, as now the phone verifies the coins locally.
The red box, this was used for payphones, so just like trunk lines and regular phones, payphones made very specific tones that they sent to the phone company to tell them how many quarters, dimes, or nickels that you've inserted. And so you could actually take a red box and take it to a payphone and just hold it up to the microphone and, push the button and it would create the sounds for quarters. And the phone company would think you've inserted quarters. You could put $10 worth of quarters in there, for example, and then make whatever call you wanted to wherever.
Wow, all this talk about computers and phone lines reminds me of past networking methods. Well, what if I told you that every Millennium connects to a server known as the Millennium Manager? I'm not sure how this connection is made, whether through the analog phone line similar to modems or another dedicated line, but what I can tell you is that all sorts of information is being sent to the central server, including call records, the amount and denomination of coins inserted, and therefore know when the coin box is to be replaced, and even the status of the coin box to prevent theft. The Millennium has top-notch security due to its multiple sensors and distant monitoring through the Millennium Manager. But what if I told you that the Millennium is also incredibly resilient? Its body is built like a tank. I've personally seen some really beat up phones still operational around town. And if that wasn't enough by itself, additional thick armor can be installed if required. In addition, this phone can operate in a temperature range of between -40 to 60 degrees Celsius at extremely high humidity levels. Now you may think that its only weakness would be a power outage. Surely that would render the phone non-operational. Old-school payphones which only require an active phone line without a power source can work fine during a power outage, similar to an analog phone at home, because the POTS network provides its own power and it is independent from the power grid. The Millennium literally has a computer inside. It can't possibly work without power. But you'd be wrong. The Millennium has a power failure mode. When this mode is activated when a power outage occurs, calls can be made with the assistance of the operator. This payphone is a very feature-rich device. Custom messages can be rolled on the display, therefore allowing advertising to exist on the phone, although I've never seen any ads being displayed. Multiple languages for both the display and voiceover are available in languages such as English, French, Spanish, and Japanese, where two can be chosen to be used in the field. And yellow card readers for payment with credit cards or telephone cards. Certain special models offer specific buttons to directly call certain services. Others offer a full keyboard for TTY purposes. Although I have never seen one in action, there are rare models which allow the user to plug a laptop through its RJ11 port for dial-up or faxing. No more acoustic couplers in public. This has got to be the most feature-rich and high-tech payphone the world has ever seen. These phones can be installed in many different places: walls, phone booths, and sometimes these strange-looking cylinder things. Occasionally, you may find these in areas like airports. I once sat in one. It's got a little table and everything, and it is very comfortable for what it is. Now, time for a little personal story regarding the Millennium. As previously mentioned, the phone has a power failure mode which allows the user to connect to an operator by dialing 0. At this point, the phone operates almost as any regular phone, apart from its keypad being locked down and only allowing the user to dial the operator, emergency services, or toll-free 1-800 numbers through regular DTMF tones like a regular phone.
For the uninitiated, DTMF tones are the sounds generated when pressing a button on the phone. The sound travels through the line and tells the phone company the number you're trying to dial.
But what if we did DTMF injection with some device through the microphone, therefore bypassing the keypad lock and making free calls? I contemplated this, but came to the conclusion that chances are I will never be near a Millennium during a power outage to test this theory. Until one day, at school, bam, power outage. I never ran out of the library faster to reach the nearest phone. Even though I didn't have a DTMF tone generator on me, I still wanted to see a Millennium in its power failure mode, as I've never seen one like that in person. Until I realized that the phone still had full power, with its VFD display happily illuminating and all. Rats. I guess the Millenniums were hooked up to the school's emergency generators or something. This whole thing was inspired by a mysterious user known as Psycho Spy, who wrote his own experience with Millennium disconnected from power in 2000, titled Millennium Payphone Power Out Exploit version 2.0. I don't remember where I found this file. It was during one of my long internet surfing sessions at the school library many years back when I was bored as hell. Maybe originally this file was shared in some phone freaking BBSs during those days, but your guess is as good as mine. And now to address the asterisk in the title. I was about to declare the Nortel Millennium as the most advanced payphone ever. But then I realized that I neglected Japanese payphones. They got an LCD display, they got card readers and voice prompts on the handset. Some very rare models even have 2 handsets for 2 people to be on the phone at the same time. Now, because of the language barrier, it's not easy for me to research on these phones to see whether they had modem jacks or TTY capabilities. But even if they don't, they are still pretty advanced compared to your average American payphone. I'd easily rank them as second most advanced payphones ever, right next to the Nortel Millennium. And that concludes my presentation on the Nortel Millennium. I really find it remarkable how someone out there thought about cramming an 8-bit computer inside of a telephone. Like, who would even think of that? Computer and phone together? Whoa, what a wild idea. Anyways, if you're a fan of retro computers, the next time you need to make a phone call and are standing near a Nortel Millennium, why not pick up the Millennium's handset, dollar number, and insert 50 cents to appreciate the 8-bit computers that are still in public service today, trying their best in the 21st century. That's all for this video. I hope you liked the new decor and video format. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.